ጤና ይስጥልኝ የኢሲኤልኤ
hold on. Go.
ጤና ይስጥልኝ የኢሲኤልኤ ተመልካቾች እንኳን ደህና መጣችሁ። ዛሬ አንድ ኢምፖርታንት ሜሴጅ ይዘንላችሁ መተናል። ፌበን ፋንቶ እባላለሁ። ኤጁኬሽን ስራ ላይ ነው የምሰራው ለኢሲኤልኤ እና ዛሬ ኤጁኬሽን እና ፕሮፌሽናል ዲቨሎፕመንትን በተመለከተ አንድ ሜሴጅ ይዘንላችሁ መተናል እና ዛሬ ሁለት እንግዶች መካከላችን ይገኛሉ። አፎሚያ ስለሽና ወንዶሰን ተካ ይባላሉ እና የኤልኤ ሰዎች ናቸው። ብዙዎቻችሁ ታውቋቸዋላችሁ። ዛሬ ግን በስራቸው መተውልናል። ራሳቸውን እንዲያስተዋውቁ ጋብዛቸዋለሁ።
እሺ እናመሰግናለን። አፎሚያ ስለሽ ይባላለሁ። የኢትዮጵያን ሌጋሲ ፕሮፌሽናል ዲቨሎፕመንት ኤንድ ኮንሰልቲንግ ፈርም co-founder እና co-CEO ነኝ።
Thank you for inviting us to this platform. My name is Wondosen Teka. I'm also the co-founder and co-CEO of Ethiopian Legacy Professional Development and Consulting Firm. And thank you for having us here.
Yes, thank you so much for having us.
Of course. And I before we start, I also like to say a special thank you to Salim Dawit for finding this resource. She thought it was a very significant resource, and then we have to share it with our, community. It's a very important, subject. We don't often talk about it, so I think it's a great opportunity. And thank you, Salim. If you would like to say a few words.
No, absolutely. Thank you, Pebaniye. Thank you, Afumia. Thank you, Wondosen. ጥሪያችንና ክብራችሁ ስለመጣችሁልን ላስት ሚኒት ነገርን ለህዝቡ ይጠቅማል በማለት ሀፕን እንዲያደርግ ስለተሳተፋችሁና አብራችሁን ስላላችሁ በጣም ደስ ብሎኛል. And I look forward for the information you're going to share for us and to us, I should say, and our viewers today.
Thank you.
Just for the sake of our, viewers, I think this is important topic for our Ethiopian Americans that were born here or grew up here and mostly speak English. For the purpose of that, we're going to be presenting this in English, a little bit more English than Amharic. I'm sure it's going to be mixed a little bit, right? So
yes.
Now that you've introduced yourselves, I would like for you to talk about your agency and what you do with your agency.
Sure. Ethiopian Legacy Professional Development and Consulting Firm is a social enterprise that prepares Ethiopians globally for the future of work and entrepreneurship. Our value proposition is taking highly skilled Ethiopian human capital and training other Ethiopians through a mission-based global ecosystem. So our social enterprise was founded here in Los Angeles, and we serve a global population through our platform, which is an educational tech platform. It's ethiopianlegacy.com. And we offer online courses in training and development, leadership development, entrepreneurship training, career management, a number of courses in the professional development sphere.
And to add a point here, Ethiopian Legacy is also established to fill the gap that Ethiopians are missing here, and what Ethiopians are missing back home, with the technical knowledge, the technological advanced courses. So we are ready to fill the gap that Ethiopians here and Ethiopians back home, what they are missing, and this is an adaptable and dynamic platform that we're preparing. And mainly the Ethiopian Legacy Professional Development and Consulting Firm is ready to do the training development, the entrepreneurship development, the consultancy through virtual. It is most convenient for Ethiopian professionals, young professionals, those who are in career, who wants to advance in their career development. And hopefully this virtual platform will make it easy for most Ethiopians to be engaged and grow through their career and through their professional life.
That's great. I mean, we have a lot of, like, a lot of our kids are growing up and they're, going through college or finishing up college or recently graduated college. So this type of, platform is very important to, not only to learn more, but also to network. So I know if you can talk about a little bit about your backgrounds and your network.
Certainly.
I'll start with that for me.
Thank you. Just by way of background, I came to the U.S. as a child and went to university here, went through high school and all of my education here in the U.S. I went to UCLA for my undergraduate studies and majored in communication studies. I then went and got my executive MBA from Loyola Marymount University. I also work at UCLA Anderson School of Management as the Associate Director of Student Life currently. And so my job entails three things. I advise all of the professional student associations, from everything from strategy to execution of events. So that's like all the finance association, the marketing association, healthcare, any professional association in the MBA program, I advise them. I also am the point person for competitions at UCLA Anderson School of Management. So I train students that are planning to compete in case competitions and pitch competitions. And then I wear a third hat, which is, event planning for the school. So in that role, I've prepared very well and have an extensive network from having worked in the MBA program for 13 years with professionals in just about every Fortune 500 company you can think of. And then add to that my LMU or my Loyola Marymount University, the network there is very vast. And we're fortunate to have very wonderful and super accomplished advisors that you can see our advisory board on our website, ethiopianlegacy.com. From faculty to really accomplished executives that have helped us get here. I've also served in the Ethiopian community for practically most of my life. So I'm very well networked from having worked with UCLA, formerly known as Habesha Student Association, to currently known as Ethiopian and Eritrean Student Association, organizing events there, serving in different aspects from church to different community organizing. So I've taken that network, and then I, really excited and proud to share One Days, has an extensive background in Ethiopia that complements my background and network here in the US. So I'll let him talk about that.
Thank you. Excellent. So unlike my wife Afomia, I grew up and did 3/3 of my life in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. I did my undergraduate degree at Addis Ababa University, business education. And right after that program, I started teaching at the age of 21 in different private university colleges in Addis Ababa, and then did my graduate program in Addis Ababa with special needs education, and back to teaching again in Addis Ababa in multiple private university colleges, taught management for a total of 10 years, and helped produce close to 20,000 Ethiopian skilled professionals and able to distribute them throughout the country to be a productive citizen in Ethiopia. And I came here almost 11 years ago to pursue my education and to pursue another way of life. And serving my country in a different way from a distance, or, you know, when things are convenient, going back home one day and then, you know, put our own training and then, you know, help spread the knowledge back to our Ethiopians. While I came here, I worked as a supervisor at CVS Pharmacy for 3 years, and assumed managerial responsibility, supervisory roles. And after that, it was mostly it's worked as an education consultant in different programs, and joined the Loyola Marymount University Executive MPA program 2 years ago. Did my master's degree, the same program with FOMIA. And right after the program, we jumped to establish this social enterprise, Ethiopian Legacy Professional Development and Consulting firm. Just like she said, we have very good networks throughout these countries, throughout Ethiopia and globally, to be honest. Both of us are well equipped in terms of networks. As you can see in our website, we have a very established advisory board comprised of our professors from Loyola Marymount University and from you know, different company directors and just like that. So we are here with our full energy to contribute and make a change in the Ethiopian young professionals' life, and we're here to put our own contribution to our community.
Right. That's wonderful. So when you introduced yourself, you were very humble. So that's why I asked the question. So we were talking to, right? Yeah. So now that you've told us where you come from and with, you know, your background, I would like to also ask you if you can tell us a little bit about your social enterprise and why you felt that it was important to create this social enterprise.
Sure. You know, when I came from Ethiopia, I've always felt the need as a child to give back. I just didn't know how it was going to be. I felt fortunate to have the opportunities and the privilege that I have growing up here. And I've always felt that if I were back home, I would want someone who has the certain privilege that I have here to look back and say, how can I help them, right? So I've always had that longing since my childhood. And then when I started working in higher education, I thought that that dream was going to be fulfilled through reversing the brain drain in Ethiopia. And for those that may not know what the brain drain is, it is when the highly educated people in a country leave after they get their education. And so then hence the brain drain. So the reversal of that would be the brain gain, which often is, sought after by trying to encourage people that are educated to go back to the home country or discourage people from leaving the country that are educated. But I've always, I don't want to say always, but since early on, I would say about 2008, I felt that we can use technology and nobody has to make that kind of decision. You can actually educate people where they're at and use technology to do that. However, when I went to Ethiopia for the first time after 32 years in 2014, I was taken aback by how many Ethiopians, young Ethiopians, are actually educated and have degrees, but do not have jobs. I lost a lot of sleep pacing, realizing I needed to pivot, and it was not about just, helping with education, but really giving them opportunities to create their own jobs, hence entrepreneurship. Helping them to upskill, reskill, so that they can pursue opportunities, job opportunities in in organizations, multinational corporations that maybe could provide some opportunities for them that they otherwise couldn't find locally. So that's when we pivoted, and we started looking at a professional development organization that provides upskilling and reskilling. Wendy, if there's something that you'd like to add to that.
Yeah, I said it all, but something that connects to me is basically, I'm from the education family. My mom and dad were teachers. They served in different schools and in the Ministry of Education in Ethiopia in different management positions. My mom, she retired last year after 44, 45 years of teaching. So education is still in my blood. And just like I said, I also taught management for 10 years back home in Ethiopia. And this is something that I want to do and pursue as a life long dream job. And I also love to help people, and I love to change at least people's life in a way that I can contribute. And I think this is the best way and the best partner here to fulfill our dreams. Yeah.
I think you're muted.
We can't hear you.
Yeah.
So excited. This is very admirable, and I think something that we all need to learn. From our life experiences comes a drive to give back and make other people's lives better, right? So thank you for that. This takes me to my next question. Now that this if the pandemic has taught us anything, is that the world's gotten very small. Everybody is able to Zoom, and everybody able to access, programs through the internet. Is this something that's available for everyone? We do have viewers that do watch us from other states, even other continents. So if anybody's interested in learning more, can they do that?
Absolutely. So just so you know, we've held a few events, and people have logged in from around the world. We had our grand launch in March, which was a global virtual conference. It was on the future of work and entrepreneurship. We had a keynote speaker from the Jobs Creation Commission office, which we partner with in Ethiopia to design training courses. So they logged in. We had a director from the Entrepreneurship Development Center in Ethiopia that logged in as well and was a panelist. I would say 60% were from around the US, and about 30% were from Ethiopia that logged in. And we had about close to a little over 150 folks that were attending or registered for that conference. There was also attendees from Asia, from Europe. So yes, you can access it from anywhere. We just held a pitch competition this past Saturday. We had 22 startups, Ethiopian startups that expressed interest, 14 startups that registered, and 5 that actually competed and advanced to the final round. And those teams were from around the world, including the US and Ethiopia. So it's very accessible. In terms of our online courses, we make them, and our programming, frankly, if it is targeting a specific demographic in Ethiopia or another country, we adjust the time so that it works for all parties. So typically, if we're engaging the Ethiopian audience, we have programming in the morning on a Saturday, for example. So it's morning here in the Pacific Standard Time, and it's evening in Ethiopian time. And our courses are offered, our events are offered, both are offered through Zoom. So it's very accessible for anyone around the world. And in fact, if you visit EthiopianLegacy.com, you'll see video recordings, Zoom video recordings of our past events on the website.
That's wonderful. I'm hoping that people will get the message and will check you out on your website and look at what you have done and what you plan to do. So you've told us a little bit, and not so much, but a little bit about what you've done. But I'm more curious about what you have coming up, project that you have coming up. Mm-hmm.
Sure, we'll be happy to expand on that. So the first thing that's coming up this Saturday, we're launching our first 2 courses. One is a career management course, and the other one is an entrepreneurship training course. They're both global virtual live courses. They're taught by world-renowned instructors, featured instructors. Again, let me remind you, our value proposition is taking highly skilled Ethiopian human capital to train other Ethiopians through a mission-based global ecosystem. So with that in mind, whether you're on the career management track or the entrepreneurship track, we have something for you. And so with the career management course, which is at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, it's taught by Meftehe Shebi, who is the UCLA Anderson School of Management career advisor for tech specifically. So he trains MBA students on how to find and secure tech positions. And he's one of the top in the nation, very strong pedigree, went to Harvard. And he's the featured instructor for the course, and it has an emphasis on the future of work. And we have a special rate that we'll tell you about shortly for your viewers. But the second course is an entrepreneurship training course. And that course is taught by a featured instructor, Galila Sabhatu, who is doing her PhD and dissertation on early stage startups. So she has the theoretical and the practical experience because she's also a very successful entrepreneur with her own consulting firm. So we have a number of guest speakers lined up for that course, from venture capitalists to Chamber of Commerce, to show people how they can get small business loans, how to plan for finances, marketing, and all of the business concepts that one would need to start their own small business. I'd be remiss if I didn't also expand on the career management course and what we teach in that. The idea of that course, again, is an emphasis on the future of work. But what we really teach is everything from how to use self-assessment to understanding the career planning cycle. We teach lifelong career planning skills. And that's because they say one changes careers about 7 times in a lifetime. So we teach you not just, we teach you how to fish for yourself. And we partner with you in teaching you how to, really organize your thoughts from, what your values are, what your interests are, and quickly assess if a career is a good fit, if a job is a good fit. How to research, how to plan for your career, how to set your plan, your resume, your cover letter, your interview preparation, all of that is included. And both of these courses are for a real bargain. They're both well, in the thousands, but we're offering it to our customers, our clients for especially for the viewers here, for 75% off of the original price of $500. We also have a special promotion for Ethiopian community Los Angeles members that you can audit the first class if you'd like this coming Saturday.
Sure.
No, Mr.
That's you know that's an amazing idea. You know, I love the fact that you know, the classes are taught by other Ethiopians. It's culturally competent. You know, it's you know, it's a really good thing that whoever is taking classes is taking classes from somebody who looks like them, and that's
right.
a very huge value in that. So
Yeah.
I love everything about it. I think it's very valuable.
Thank you.
Yes, definitely. So you know, hopefully our viewers will share it with their you know, soon to graduate college student, graduated college student, or you know, any professional that is considering a changing career, or is in a career that is not working out. I think all of those individuals can definitely benefit from this.
May I add something there, Fabian? If they want to also climb the career ladder,
Right.
if they actually are enjoying their career, but they're ready to advance. If you're looking for negotiation, by the way, there's not much research available on the Ethiopian American professional market, but the migration data policy says, based on the research that they did in 2014, that Ethiopians, we're working as hard, if not harder, than the average American, but we're actually getting paid less. And that's because we are not negotiating and we're not pursuing the management positions as we should and as we deserve. And so we train Ethiopian Americans and Ethiopians for that matter, how to compete for these positions and for these salaries.
That's wonderful. I'm really looking forward to the you know, the program on Saturday, and I hope more people can take advantage of it. At this point, I think you know, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure that people got the message. But if you have anything else to add, Sally, you too, if you want to chime in a little bit, then yeah, I'll leave it to you.
Yeah, I think you guys covered every angle for such a quick session. I just want to thank you again for taking this opportunity and coming on to kind of tell us a little bit about your organization, and thank you for the offer for our members. And it's really refreshing to hear your project and how you came about, how you used your passion and your background to kind of marry that and come up with a career path and a path to give back. It's absolutely commendable, and I'd like to thank you for what you do for our community and what you brought, especially when it comes to social networking, career networking. This is not something that is talked about, or this is not something that is readily available for everybody to access in our community. And thank you for starting this so that everybody can get plugged in and get the maximum out of what they can get, their education, and know how to negotiate or sell themselves or update themselves in the career market. And as we know how that market has been super competitive, you know, nowadays skill set is not only the education, is not only the factor to you know, career success. And the fact that you're offering this information and insight from different parts of the world is commendable, and it's very resourceful for our community. And thank you again for coming.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'd also like to add that on August 1st, we're going to be hosting a seminar on how to apply to universities. On Sunday at 11 a.m. You can again go to our website and find that at ethiopianlegacy.com. And so we have alumni from top universities, including UCLA, that are all Ethiopian, that will be educating the audience about how to apply to undergraduate and graduate programs. We also have former admissions folks from UCLA and financial aid folks that will be there, that currently work in financial aid, that will be training the prospective students or these students that enroll in how to apply effectively into universities in the US in the undergraduate and graduate program. So I'd like to encourage you to look that up on our website. And then again, if I can just remind your viewers that the two courses that are starting on Saturday is a career management course at 10 a.m. and an entrepreneurship training course at 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Perfect. A quick question about the application, the session with the application, help with the application. Is it going to be the same session for the undergrad and the graduate students?
Yes, it is going to be the same session for this initial one. By the way, your viewers can email info@ethiopianlegacy.com and we'll confirm their membership with you, and then we'll offer the audit for the first course for the career management and entrepreneurship course, and we'll provide promotional codes for discounts.
Sure. I'm sure everybody's familiar with audit classes, but can you clarify that in case
Sure.
you have people?
Yes, so for the career management and the entrepreneurship courses, both those courses run from July 24th to August 21st every Saturday for 2 hours based on the times that I just mentioned earlier. And so for that one, if you'd like to sit in on the first class before you enroll, for your members, we will give them a code that will allow them to audit the course, meaning sit in on the first course before you actually enroll in it so you see what it's about. Unfortunately, for the applying to university seminar, that's just a one-time session, so we can't do that. But if you email us and let us know that you're an ECLA member, we'll provide you some promotional codes.
That's thank you so much for doing that for our members. It pays off to be a member, right? Keep giving discounts.
Yes.
So do you have anything else that you want to share with us before
I think, in terms of our future projects, as I mentioned, we're working with the Jobs Creation Commission office in Ethiopia to provide some training courses. We're also working with a university professors from University of Cambridge and other universities to design a leadership development program. So we hope to launch that in the next year or so. We regularly meet to design this leadership development program, and Ethiopian Legacy is at the forefront of designing the leadership development program because we want to look at what kind of leaders do we want to produce from the next generation of Ethiopians globally. We have very many challenges, diversity issues, challenges with monetary, with so many things that we need to really prepare Ethiopian leaders, the next generation of Ethiopian leaders for. So that's an exciting project that we're looking forward to, and we're developing continuously. I don't know if there's anything else you'd like to add, Wendy?
Yeah, just one point for our viewers. I would like to say that education is an ongoing process throughout our lifetime. As we all know, this world is changing in a very fast pace rate. So we don't have to think that whatever knowledge, whatever skill we have is enough. But tomorrow is another day. Next year is another day. Another year. So the world is changing, and we have to wake up and then look and then master ourselves with a new technology, with a new skill. And our trainers, our instructors are very well aware of this dynamic environment, and our programs are or will be customized and adapted to this fast changing environment. And we would like viewers to be encouraged and then
Yeah, I mean, if I can add to that, one of the ways that we decided to even focus on the future of work is because if you look at what the World Economic Forum has to say about the future of work.
I can barely hear you. If you can come up a little bit, I'm sorry.
Hi, that's okay.
Yeah, there you
Can
go.
hear me now? Okay. Yeah. I was saying that you know, one of the reasons we at Ethiopian Legacy focus on the future of work is because the World Economic Forum says that you know, a good portion of the jobs that will be here in 2025, they don't even exist yet. So we need to prepare for those skills. If your viewers are aware of the fourth industrial revolution careers, that is, you know, really upon us now. We're already in those types of careers using artificial intelligence, blockchain, cloud, you know, computing, and so many other technical skills that we're going to need. And frankly, Ethiopians were not really prepared for the first three industrial revolutions, whether it be the first one with railroads and steam, and the second one with manufacturing, the third one with the advent of the computer and internet. And now here we are in the fourth industrial revolution, where is taking this computer and really using big data, using highly advanced technology and artificial intelligence. So if we start preparing now, we can really compete globally for these positions. So adding these skills, upskilling, reskilling, that's what we're about.
I have a question, Afumia, for just for clarification purposes. You mentioned earlier the Saturday course. I think the earlier course was going to be geared towards technology. So is there going to be a larger focus on technology, and like you mentioned, the fourth wave of industrial growth, or is it going to be something that is going to be encompassing of other sectors as well?
It's encompassing of all sectors, but there is an emphasis on the future of work. So the examples that Meftehe is going to be using to share with the students is, you know, really providing insights on tech careers, on the future of work type of careers. But it's not necessarily just for fourth industrial revolution careers by any means. It's covering any and every professional. It's teaching lifelong career planning skills for any professional.
Good.
Yes.
Thank you for coming. It's been a great informative session. Salimiye, thank you so much for bringing this to our attention. I would have missed it. So, and you know, a lot of people would have missed this information. So thank you for doing this. Hopefully it will get to some ears and people will be able to join you on Saturday and take advantage of the discounts as well as the great knowledge that you're prepared for them. So with that, if you have nothing else to add, we're gonna call it a night. And don't be strangers. Come back and share with us what you have, and we love, you know, to share it with our viewers.
Thank you so much. I just want to say, if you visit ethiopianlegacy.com, you can scroll down to the bottom of the homepage where we have an interest form. You can complete the form and we'll keep you on our listserv, so you can be up to date about what kind of events, activities, courses we're offering. And that obviously is free of charge. So feel free to go on there. And we regularly host free events. All of the previous events I mentioned were free. So we do offer services in that way as well. So we encourage you to visit our website and complete an interest form. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank
We
you
really
so much.
appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
First, thank
Yes.
you.
And you can visit our social media platforms. We have an Ethiopian Legacy Professional Development and Consulting Firm Facebook page, LinkedIn page, Twitter, Instagram.
Great. That's perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming. Salem, you have any last remarks?
Oh, no, I think we've addressed everything, and I'm excited to have you guys hopefully in the future for a greater and more bigger and elaborated questions. And if you're open to that, of course, but thank you again for coming. And thank you, Fevania, for doing this super last minute.
No problem. My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. We're always available for our Ethiopian compatriots in Los Angeles. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Good night.